All right, so Kazuya from Tekken has arrived on Super Smash Brothers. You played him, you tried him, I tried him as well.
Yeah.
What do you think of him as a character? We'll do this in layers.
Sure.
What do you think of him as a character, and how do you like how he plays? As where do you put him in like a tier list as far as like, is he really good? Is he going to be like in top level gameplay, or is he going to be below where he's not? People aren't going to really use him as much.
All right, so
Go with how you.
if people don't already know us by now, like we weren't that excited for this character. I wasn't, at least. I can't speak for you, but I'm pretty sure you were kind of on the same boat, right?
Yeah, no.
So we were kind of let down, right? Going into actually playing the character, playing Kazuya, I gotta remember his name. He's not as bad as I thought. Like he plays just like another Street Fighter character, like Ryu can, but he has, he definitely has like his own Tekken like moves and stuff like that. And I think he's super. He's strong. He's a strong character for sure. Like even just like his neutral attacks are insane. Like if you're just trying to attack.
Like I remember with those one forward
that
air,
combo,
it was like 17%. Like he's crazy strong.
Those combos are insane. So after trying him, I thought he was fairly decent. I wouldn't play him as a character just because I'm not into those fighting games. But I can see why people enjoy playing him. But based off of his moves, he seems like he's a decent character. I think he's probably one of the stronger DLC characters in my opinion. As far as like what tier list he would probably be in, I don't know. I have to probably play him a little bit more just to kind of get a feel of what he's capable of.
It's impossible to tell this early, but
it's impossible
just, like,
right now.
Shot of dark.
But like I could probably be like, I mean, he's pretty strong, and I mean, even like I don't know. I would probably say he's maybe like A tier, B tier, sort of in that area. I would say
better than Ryu and Ken.
I think so. I think they're better than Ryu and Ken, yeah, for sure. Just because he has so many things up his like disposal, like he has a good recovery projectile.
Yeah, he has a really good recovery.
Like there's just a lot of things that he's pretty good with, and I think he even I don't even want to speak. I don't want to speak ahead, but I gotta play him a little bit more, so I'm not 100% sure. I did play a couple matches with him, and I beat 3 or 4 players online, but he seems fun for those that enjoy this type of character, and I can see why people like him, but I'll probably stay away from him and for me personally, just because I'm not a huge Tekken fighter. What about you?
Yeah, I mean I'm kind of the same boat. Like he's cool. I played him. He has a cool moveset, and will I main him? Probably not, just because it doesn't really speak to me as a player. But this is a topic that I want to talk about. Is every time they kind of release a new DLC character, they kind of give him like a special mechanic, right? For him, for example, he has that rage meter thing.
It's like a gimmick, right? And not in a bad way, but it's a gimmick for that specific DLC character.
Yeah. So do you think that's something that Sakurai is going to keep doing? Like, obviously we have one more character left, but like, do you think the character's going to have a gimmick to him? Because almost every DLC character.
That's why, exactly.
Yeah.
So
do you see that getting old? Like, do you want him to stop like doing the gimmick thing, or?
No, I think it's fine, because these are, like, for me, they're DLC characters. They add their own personality to them. Like adding these like little gimmicks that
I don't want to call them gimmicks, because they're not gimmicks. It's part of their moveset. It's part of the character.
Sure, but it's like it's like a specific thing that these characters do that are pretty strong in itself, right? Like you have Banjo, and he does like his side B, right? And then it's pretty fucking strong. Like that's a pretty strong attack.
Yeah, you're invincible in it. Yeah.
You have Joker. So there's. I mean, you can't. I mean, I don't know. I would consider them like kind of gimmicks in itself, because out of the other DLC, out of the original OG roster, none of them have something like that. You know what I mean?
Not really.
I don't mind it.
DLC
I think
characters.
Yeah, I don't mind it. I think it's fine. I think it's fun, especially again, they're just DLC characters that are part of the roster now, but distinguish them. They just distinguish them from the OG characters. That's all. I don't mind it.
Yeah. All right. So we're gonna rate the second Fighter's Pass out of 10 right now.
Right now? Okay.
Right now. What would you give a grade? Okay. First off, do you think the first Fighter's Pass was better, or the second Fighter Pass was better?
The first one. in my opinion.
The first,
Again, my
the
opinion.
first one.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, Joker in itself was hype. That you just can't beat that. For us, again, look at the back of look. I have like a shrine of Persona shit. Like and that was out of the blue. You know what I mean? Like that was insane. So that hype level for me can never be beat unless you put in like Sora, of course. But that was my hype level for me. And then you have Banjo. Like I'm a huge fan of Banjo. I don't know. I think that first fighter pass was dope.
I think so too. I think that one had, it had just Banjo again, and like you said, Joker was fantastic. Those additions, but I mean, Byleth was like okay, you know what I mean?
Sure.
So it's like,
but I didn't hate them. I thought they were decent characters to have. They were fun. They were strong, and I don't know. I didn't think they were bad at all. Now I think this second season pass, I think what really saved it honestly was Sephiroth. That was like oh shit, like I would never have guessed.
Steve is another big one though. I know you're not it doesn't really speak to you, but a lot of people really loved that Steve is in the game. So I know you're not going to count Steve as a hype character, but a lot of people do like him as a character. So Sephiroth and Steve were probably the two biggest ones.
Yeah.
In that, Pyra was kind of like a nice surprise.
Pyra's dope. I just can't get. I haven't played enough of her to.
Min is kind of like from what I get that people are not really a big fan of Min.
No.
And then Kazuya is like the fighter that had to put in there or something like that. So I'm gonna go ahead and say that Volume 1 was probably better.
Yeah, I agree. I think
even though Sephiroth for me is like holy shit, like what I like screamed like a little girl when he came out. So
I just don't think Sakurai can ever get that same hype that they did with Joker again. Because, I mean, you can even go on YouTube and search up, like, all the reaction videos that people have had from Joker. And it's insane. Like, people, that was out of left field. No one. And then the trailer in itself was great. I'm like, oh,
That's
cool.
fantastic.
Another Persona game. And then it was a fucking character. I'm like, what is that? Like, again, we talk about this all the time. Like, we were crying. Like, we had tears coming down. So I can't, like, for me, like, the first
that moment for you is everything, right?
Yeah.
Just that
hype level was too much.
What are you giving it out of 10 for the Fighter Pass 2?
The first one?
Now?
Oh, 2?
It's number 2, yeah.
I'm gonna give it
Again, we're not fully done with it yet, so it could jump to a 10 of sort of.
For sure. Yeah.
But
as of right now, where it's at, I would probably give it a 6, in my opinion.
6?
Yeah, I think Sephiroth made that jump up a little bit more because he's cool. He's a cool character.
You know what? I'm gonna bump it up 7 because Sephiroth holds a little more weight to me because I'm a huge Final Fantasy 7 fan.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna give it a 7. But again, those characters, he's kind of like the only character I really really cared about.
Right.
In the past. So what does the future look like for Smash Brothers as far as who's going to be the last one, and then what happens after this? What does the next installment look like? I mean, this is actually a whole new topic. This could be a whole topic.
This could be, yeah. We can dabble in it a little bit. We could touch on it a little bit. So I don't know, man. This is. I've been thinking about this for a while too. One, what's the next character, right? Like, who can be the final character? I've been thinking about who's the final character since they announced the second.
In Super Smash Bros. Ultimate, like the masterpiece of a game, who's going to be like the cherry on top, the ribbon to close the gates? Like, this is it. We're done.
My thing is, I don't think they're gonna go hard. Like, as much as I want Sora, as much as I want some like crazy top tier character that we want, I think it's just gonna be another like random character, and we're just gonna accept it. We're gonna kind of be a little disappointed maybe, and then just kind of move on. Like, I don't think Sakurai or Nintendo has planned this to be like a hype moment for each installment, for each character, you know.
Yeah,
and it kind of shows. I mean, you have like, again, Sephiroth, and again, I know people like Steve and stuff like that, but it just never, for me at least, it never hit that high moment of like, wow, like I didn't expect that. Like, oh wow, like that's crazy, like that. You know what I mean? Like, it just, at least Steve, like it's been rumored Steve was in this DLC pack for a long time. So
we kind of knew it was coming.
Yeah, so it didn't feel as hype, even me not being like a Minecraft, fanatic. So the only one that kind of like really spoke to me was Sephiroth, and I was like, oh shit, that's dope. But so I don't think this is gonna be hype level like for the last character, which leads me to believe once they're done with this, it's it. Like we're done. I don't think there's gonna be a third pass, and I'm sure there's gonna be another Smash Brothers, but you're crazy to believe if you think that they're gonna bring all those characters that they had in Super Smash Brothers Ultimate into the new installment. Like that's not happening. So
they're gonna
bring that expectation down way low.
They're gonna either make it into like basically a redo, like
yeah, they'll
refresh. They'll probably do a refresh of it. So, but we'll see. Nintendo, we never know, and yeah, but. We don't
even know if Sakurai's going to be on this next game. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like we're talking about at this point, maybe they are working on another one right now, currently, right? But who knows? Like it's just it's hard to tell. I honestly don't think that they have a season 3 pass at the moment.
No, I don't think so either. Then that would be a huge surprise, but I doubt it too.
Yeah.
Guys, if you are enjoying Kazuya, let us know in the comments below if you're a video listener, and then tweet us if you're an audio listener. But yeah, I would say I'm enjoying him. I don't think he's bad. But yeah, let us know how you guys feel.